to make himself safe on the feature.
Plexus. One more hit from either player.
Oh my goodness.
Walks up. Okay. What's it going to be? Sako. Fireball. Fireball. Hadouken. Hadouken. Hadouken.
Oh, and nobody can do it! Daigo takes it!
It's one of the glories of EVO. It's sort of like a family reunion, where you sort of come back and see all your old friends once a year. And he's got him in the poison zone. Hanging very tough here, and Daigo again, not really, okay, here we go. There it is.
Same mix that we've seen from him, and it's going to pay off again.
Crush counter.
Oh, he's going to go for it. He's just going to use the meter.
Not quite enough here.
Yeah, Bang Super doesn't really do a lot of damage, and now he's in a bad situation. Because if Daigo can just get a few more...
Oh, he got him low! And the beat trigger confirm into Super. Peter knows he let one slip through his hands.
Yeah,
but that ability is what makes the beast the beast.
All right, well, he's kind of out of the corner thanks to Daigo's crossover.
Oh, no! It hurts. It hurts, and Daigo stealing another one back after a good run from Peter.
Hi, this is James Chen with ESPN Esports. I'm here with the infamous Marn. How are you doing?
I'm good. Well, not good. I lost.
But you're still in the tournament, correct?
Yeah, I made it out losers, the second stage already.
How confident are you feeling that you're going to be able to make it through the losers bracket all the way to top 8 here at Evolution?
Well, see, we have this big dilemma.
Okay.
I had to play Justin Wong first round in losers. I think his record against me in tournament is about 100 to 1. And that one was EVO TBC. And that was a long time ago.
He also beat you in an early vanilla Street Fighter tournament, Rufus. You also beat him, I'm sorry, in an early Street Fighter tournament in a big giant hangar. Rufus, right?
We don't talk about that.
So, how did you make it out here to Evolution?
I streamed. My stream Marn stores, they were like, you should go to CEO, you should go to Evolution, we're gonna help you out. Because me, as a person, I'm not sponsored yet, you know, I'm weighing my options. So, it's getting there. I mean, you know, streaming's a good, streaming, you know, I can interact with everybody. You know, it's not just Twitter where you just reply. I'm there, live, and they love me for it. And that's it.
I totally understand that. So, I mean, now that you are this internationally renowned, amazing, heavily admired and looked up to Mika player, are you going to start showing up to even more events outside of, are you going to make it into Capcom Cup? Are you going to fight for your right to represent our Mika in the Street Fighter V Championships in December?
Let's be real. Back at NCR a couple months ago, I tried to gimmick my way to a win so I didn't have to do this anymore. But I did not win. So I do need points. I went to Tiger Uppercut, got 4th, went to PAX, that did nothing. And now I'm at EVO and I'm already in losers and I have to play Justin. It's not looking good for the home team, but there's a lot of Asian tournaments coming up. I'm from Vietnam, so I'm going to be traveling a lot. You know, there's going to be a lot of Japanese players, but I don't think Japanese players are even that good. It doesn't even matter to me, you know? The only person I'm scared of in the world is Justin.
Well, let me ask you this question. You got 4th at NCR, right? You said you got 4th at a Tiger Uppercut.
5th.
5th at Tiger Uppercut. Oh, okay. Because I was going to ask how it felt to be the new Mike Ross.
Oh, I mean, I got 4th at PAX East. Does that count?
Okay,
and then I went to a Philippine tournament 2 weeks ago, and I also got 4th. So I'm actually...
You are the new Mike Ross.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. How does that make you feel?
You know, Mike is an admirable guy, you know. If I keep getting 4th, you know where Mike is? He's in the big leagues now. So if I get 4th too, I could be the next Mike Ross, and I could be rich and a millionaire too.
20 years of EVOs. I remember seeing you at all the B3s and B4s and B5s, right? So what does it mean to you to see like what we're seeing here at Evolution 26 with like 15,000 people signed up for all the different games?
It's crazy. It's very surreal because I never dreamed in my wildest dreams when I was younger that it would get this big. I did it for a hobby, for the love of the game. But I mean, as you know, back then it was very small. It was a very niche scene. But just to see it grow over and over and over to become something like this is just very touching to me. Yeah.
Now, how are you doing in Street Fighter V right now here at Evolution?
I just finished my quarter school, so I'm in winners right now. And so I believe it's top 64 next. And I think my next round, I got one bye. I actually have a bye. Yeah, so I have to play one match, I believe, next round. So hopefully I can pull that out now.
Now, one of the nice things is I've seen is that you've been using a lot of different characters. In fact, you've been doing something that I think a lot more players need to do. You go to tournaments and you will use your secondary characters even when you lose matches just to keep them up. So, how many characters do you have in your armada here at Evolution?
I'm going exclusively Chun-Li because she's my best character, and I've been practicing her for like 2 weeks nonstop. But if I wanted to, I could play Nash, Karen, Chun-Li, and I'm learning Ryu. So yeah, I just think it's always good to keep an open mind, especially when the game is new, because I think that's the best time to do it when the game is new. Because you might want to find a different style, or you might want to find something that suits you better. You never know unless you try. I did a mistake in Street Fighter 4 by playing Rufus the entire time until the very end when I picked Elena. Yeah, so I mean that's the way I see it. Like in the beginning of the game, it's not my point to win at first. I want to just discover what works best for me. Yeah.
Now, let me ask you this question here. I've talked to a lot of different people. You know, I run to a lot of people who casually watch the fighting game community and everything like that. And one of the people, if I ask them who their favorite player is, one of the answers, I mean, I would probably say the answer that I get the most is Ricky Ortiz. How does that make you feel? I mean, because obviously you're a role model in the scene. You're an inspiration for a lot of people in the scene. How does that make you feel?
I'm actually a little surprised. I don't know. I'm a very private person, so people don't really know much about me. But I mean, lately in the past couple of years, I've been kind of opening up more and more and letting people into my life a little bit more, you know, like all the fans and whatnot. But it feels nice. Like, I mean, it's nice to know that the scene, the community, and all the fans really care about me and enjoy watching me play, and it's very touching.
Let's talk about Street Fighter V a little bit here. So obviously in 4 you were known for Sakura, and now in 5 you're really well known for Guile. What drew you to Guile in the first place?
At first, when Guile came out, you know, it's just one of those things where you're just like, you know, I'm gonna pick up the character. You know, I'm streaming. People want to see people play new characters. It's just one of those things, you know. But when I was playing Nash and Cammy, I felt like I was struggling because I felt like I have to push too many buttons. I have to do too much, you know. People already assume, just like how they assumed in Marvel, that the game's all rushed down. You have to go in, you got to swing all day, you know. So like I kept messing with Guile, and at first I thought he sucked, but my style seemed to fit with it, you know. He seemed more footsie based, you know. He seemed more of a take your shot, don't YOLO it out, you know, like what we've been seeing, you know, like. It is different from playing Sakura, since I've been playing Sakura for as long as I can remember in Street Fighter. But at some point, you know, just like with Sakura, when you get that one hit confirmed, it's just, it brings out everything, you know? Like the boost in confidence, like the feeling of, I'm going to win this. I'm going to waste all resources. I'm going to throw everything I got. And, you know,
Tell me the truth. How good does it feel to land that Guile loop, V-trigger loop, on people in tournament and to win rounds off of it?
No, it feels amazing. You know, like just like with Sakura, right? When I would get a clean hit, and in my head I'm like, I should reset. You know, why waste all 4 bars and Ultra? That makes absolutely no sense. You know, I should just go for EX Tatsu. You know, get the mix up and whatnot, but. Nah, screw that. 40 hit combo. If I touch you again, you getting stunned, and then I'm gonna call it a round. That's it. Your round is done. You don't get to play. You know, so the same thing with Guile, right? I wait. Yes, it's a little different because I have to get beat up in order to throw out the V trigger, but at the same time, because people feel like when they fight Guile, they have to get in. They slip up, and once you slip up against Guile, I mean, if I put you in that corner, you might not make it out. And then that feels good to me.
The big thing at EVO, it's an international event. Brand new game, Justin's first seed if I recall. How do you feel about, I guess, where the U.S. stands right now at this point? It's too early to tell for a lot of people, but, you know, we've got the U.S. here, we've got Europe, we've got the Middle East, we've got all of Asia. How strong do you feel we are overall?
I think we can compete. Yesterday there was that pre-party where K-Brad took on he took on 3 players from Japan, Eita, Ino, and someone else I can't remember, and he beat everyone, you know? So we can definitely compete, and I would still say it's pretty solid choice to say Justin is our best player. Obviously, there's competitors like NuckleDo, K-Red, all these great players, and I would say at the end of the day, our top players can compete with their top players. It's just they're more consistent at this point.
What do you think separates? What do you think is holding American players back at this point, if anything?
It's always been the size. If you look at Japan, it's like all these top players get to play together. Our top players we got West Coast, we got East Coast, we got Midwest. It's all over the place. So if you just took all of our top players and threw all of them into the same state, I think we could compete. I think we would be Japan level, you know?
We've seen your Magneto, Doom Sentinel, just been astounding. You know, got that great support shell. Your Magneto is crisp, but of course, you know, we've seen you also have some struggles with Morrigan. I've seen you in the past. You run a Zero squad. How prepped are you with that if it comes down to it?
So the last couple of weeks, I've been actually learning Magneto with missiles assist instead of the Zero. Because when I pick the Zero team on Morgan, it works out often. It's just I can't fight the rest of the team with Zero, you know. So this time I'm going with my squad, just countering with the assist.
Okay. Now, of course, I've also seen you experimenting through Chun-Li and Street Fighter V. How's it like balancing both of those games?
Initially, it was pretty hard because having to play later in the bracket, you know, top 16, the matches keep getting tougher and tougher, and having to keep on switching for both games. But it's something I actually taking the time to practice, you know. Like a method I've been using is like Coach Steve will come over, we'll play maybe a 3 out of 5 Marvel, 3 out of 5 Street Fighter, and just keep swapping continuously and try to play at our best levels in both games.
Weston Westball's Dennis, man. It's a new year for you, man. You've had a lot of good performances. New squad, G2. How are you feeling heading to Vegas, man?
Heading into Vegas, I feel really good. I've trained a lot. Definitely trained harder than I have the past 3 years at EVO. Definitely looking forward to representing my new sponsor. And yeah, just feeling great.
Now, so you've been training harder than you have over the past 3 years. What is it about EVO that makes you want to do that?
The sheer amount of people watching live, just if you pull a combo off with that many people, you know the crowd's going to be electric. And I felt that a little bit in Europe, and I felt that in other places, but I think it's just going to be a much different feeling when you have thousands of people cheering your name.
Now, a big part of that, of course, is who you're going to be up against. Have you had a look at your bracket and who you're projected to play against?
Definitely, I've prepared for everybody.
So who's on the hit list?
Duck is definitely a revenge. And then SFAT, I actually lost him at a local, so I've actually lost him the last time I played him. So I've lost to Duck. I lost to the last 3 players that I'm going to play. And I'm hopefully I'm playing good, and we'll see what happens.
How do you feel about the 2 out of 3? I mean, it's a lot of pressure, you know. It's not about, you don't have that as much time to adapt. It's more about you have to be on fire from the moment. I think you're a very, very aggressive player who can just catch fire like that and make a long, long run.
Yeah, as long as I feel like if I warmed up and I'm playing good, I think actually best of 3s will actually suit me.
You're 63 years old. How did you get into this?
I'm having the time of my life here. The scene here is just surreal. The tension, the passion, the excitement. They're having all kinds of championships. There are thousands, countless thousands of people that have come from all over the world to Las Vegas. We're all staying at the Mandalay Bay. The first 2 days of the EVO Tournament 2016 were held just across the way at the Las Vegas Convention Center. But today, everybody has come in here to the arena at the Mandalay Bay. Not a ticket to be had. We've been here since 7:30 this morning. Wow. We already went through the Mortal Kombat Championship. We went through the Marvel Championship. We're just finishing right now with Guilty Gear. Melee is next, and then Street Fighter is the finale at 10 p.m. Eastern. That's 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. PST on ESPN2. And we're just having so much fun here. You asked me how I got into it.
Yeah.
My future is the business of sport. And this is what the business of sport is all about for all of our future. The demographics, the economics, the cool participants, the technology, the science, the engineering, the competition, the arts, the visual, everything on the screen, the mobile applications and the streaming compatibility with everything that's going on. And you see all these guys. We got to witness some of the greatest champions that I have ever been close to all day long. We had Sonic Fox earlier, three-time winner at only 18 years old now. He has already funded his entire college bill that's coming up. He starts at the New York Institute of Technology in the fall. And then in the game that we had Marvel, we had ChrisG, who had never won this event. He beat the long-time running legend Justin Wong, and it was absolutely incredible to see the emotional outburst of ChrisG, who has just gone through so much to get to the very top and have it all come together. And to see the fans just cheering and yelling and screaming and buying all the merchandise and just engaging in all the concessions. And yes, they do serve beer here at the Mandalay Bay, and everybody has just been having the time of their life.
My goodness. Oh, and both Joe and his father have their hands in their head right now.
Father like son.
Oh no, that's
going to be the end of Joe's
and
run.
Joe is out of the tournament. Yukon advances.
That is the sound of about 15,000 hearts breaking, Mike.
That's right. And now you see the crowd rising up to give Joe a standing ovation for his performance at Evolution 2016.
Congratulations. You had an amazing run. The entire crowd is going nuts. You had all of America on your back. Unfortunately, you came up just a little bit short. Tell us a little bit of how you feel right now.
I mean, obviously, I want to say first, I love every single person in this room. And obviously, I want to thank everyone that I played these guys. It's honestly an honor to stand on the stage with these 8 guys. I've been watching some of these guys play since I'm like 13, 14 years old. MOV and, you know, Nemo, these guys are, you know, people I watch forever. So a huge honor for me to stand on the stage with these guys, honestly. So.
Welcome back to Las Vegas, Nevada. Wow. What a weekend it has been here at the Mandalay Bay Event Center for Evolution 2016. Seth, I can't handle this kind of pressure and emotions, man. This stuff is just what we've been doing literally our whole lives. And to see it come to such a large scale like this, tell me some of your thoughts.
Scale is the word, Mike. We know there's magic in the heart of these games. We love the one-on-one competition,
yes.
Seeing into somebody else's soul,
yes.
And then breaking it in half,
yes.
And then becoming best friends. But the scale was really what was incredible about this weekend. We had over 5,000 players, not just from the U.S., but from around the entire world. Over 70 countries represented. People put their blood, sweat, and tears to be here at the event tonight, but it was Infiltration that carried the day. Proving his medal, came in as the #1 ranked player and backed up everything that we hoped and dreamed.
Absolutely. Infiltration, again, the guy that came in here favored to win the event, actually did have a bit of a struggle towards the end of the tournament, but still managed to collect himself and show why I am #1.
Mike, let's be honest, he had more than a struggle. He got blown up and sent to loser's bracket. It is a double elimination format, so you must lose twice to be eliminated. But he got destroyed by Fudo, the second place finisher in the event. And I really feel it was a struggle between Truth and Justice of Infiltration and his control, and the dirty tricks of Armika and Fudo representing Japan. But it was Korea and Infiltration that carried the day with some careful space control. I thought the play was inspired.
Absolutely. Well, I can tell you this much right now, Seth, is going back to tournaments in, my time, 2002, when there was about, 400 to 500 players there. Now seeing over 5,000 players for one game, over 15,000 people in attendance. This is why I never stop. This is why you never stop, Seth, and this is why we will never stop doing what we do. Thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you next year.